Hi, and welcome to Soul Centered. My name is Ariella Halevi, and we just want to welcome you in today for a service called Yizkor, which Baruch, my husband, will explain in a few moments. But just if you're new to us on Soul Centered, I just want to explain a little bit about what we do and how we do it. Soul Centered is a place for loss, meaning, and healing. I am the director of healing, and my husband Baruch is the director of loss and meaning. And we meet together in the soul. And we really do help people center their souls. In whatever door you come through, the ultimate goal is to center your soul. So we are offering experiences, especially during the coronavirus. We are offering experiences online. Once a week, we do a healing experience with meditations and healing and yoga. And then once a week, we also do the meaning experience. We also do a grief experience, which is what this is today. It's a place where you can come to create a specific time and space to remember your loved ones, either the loved ones that you have lost during the coronavirus or loved ones that you've lost long ago. It really everything in between. So I'll let you take it from here.
Lots of technical stuff going on, but I think we're good. We're up and running. So again, Baruch Levi, Rabbi B. And Yizkor means memorial. It means memory. And we'll talk a lot today about memory. It's traditionally a memorial service that's done 4 times a year on the 3 pilgrimage holidays. Today is the end of one of them, Passover, where Jews used to journey to the land of Israel or to Jerusalem if they were in Israel to pay tribute. And so we never have one of these holidays without paying tribute to those who come before us. It's also done at Yom Kippur, the High Holy Days. And it's an opportunity to carve time out to remember, to enter into memory. And that's a very important thing that we have that makes us uniquely human and really connects us to the divine, is our ability and our capacity to not only have memories, but to make time and space for remembering. It doesn't just happen. It's an action. It's a verb. And so by you taking this time out of your day, you are paying tribute to those who came before you. You don't have to be Jewish, and they don't have to be Jewish. This is a human experience, a shared experience. And it says as much about them, about you, as it does about them. It's for you too, because I know I know you want to be the type of person that remembers. And so with that, I guess we'll enter into it, and we'll weave throughout our Yizkor memorial service contemplative opportunities, prayer that you should feel comfortable with. Everything you need is in your heart, but you can also read the soul sheet where all the prayers and readings are listed. I put it in the title, right underneath the title. There's a link to the website. You can go to the mysoulcenter.org and go to the events, and there's a download for you.
Great. So we'll start with our first song, if you'd like to look at the soul sheet or just listen. Oh Lord, prepare me. And so I'm going to invite you to close your eyes. As B said, there's a sacred space that we sometimes need to carve out in busy times in our busy life. So this song is an invitation to create a sanctuary, a holy space inside of yourself, to remember and conjure up the feelings that you have towards the people that you have lost, to really allow yourself the permission to feel in this sanctuary that you hold for them and for you. Oh Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and with thanksgiving I'll be a living sanctuary for you. We'll try it in Hebrew. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim achim gam yachad.
So as we journey through this Yizkor, this memorial, please feel free to share names of loved ones. When we get to that time towards the end of Kaddish, I'll ask you again, but it's an opportunity to participate.
And so we'll continue with the song B'Shem Hashem. Really, in English, it's about this idea in Judaism that we are not alone. Judaism has a lot of information if we search and really open our hearts about this idea of angels. So I'm going to invite you again to close your eyes, because each song that we sing has a special meaning specifically for you. And so as we sing this song of the angels really protecting us and guiding us, they can be messengers. They are messengers. Messengers to the Holy One, to the divine, to Source, to God, and also messengers to your loved ones. They create the path, the bridge between our body self and the magical world that lies just behind our eyes. So breathing deeply, feel your body filled with breath as we call upon the angels to be in our holy sanctuary in our space. B'Shem Hashem Elohei Yisrael Memini Michael Usmoli Gavriel Lefanai Uriah Achorai Raphael Ve'al Roshi Shechinatel. Oh God, dear God, God of Israel, on my right is Michael, on my left is Gabriel. In front of me is Uriel, behind me Raphael. Above me, the divine presence, Shechinatel. Yai-dai, yai-dai, yai-dai,
Feel free to join in, just yai-yai.
yai-dai, yai-dai, yai-dai. Yai-dai, 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 yai-dai. Yai-dai, yai-dai, yai-dai. Yai-dai,
So I think this is such an important moment. I'm teaching a class on April 22nd with the Kabbalah experience about the soul's journey, the soul surviving. I think it's one of the greatest detriments to the practice of Judaism that so many Jews believe that Judaism doesn't believe in the soul and life after life, and it does unequivocally. You have a hard time proving it doesn't, in fact. And I draw strength from it every single day, drawing upon the source of energy from angels. Ariella just led us in a chant about angels. Spirit, every single morning of my life, I speak to my father, and now I speak to my best friend Mark in counsel and meditation, and I believe deeply that they're there and guiding me. And your loved ones are with you. The soul is eternal. Our bodies are finite. Our souls are infinite. And so we draw upon that strength, whoever you're mourning or remembering right now, to know that this isn't theory and they're not out there somewhere. They're with you. They're here.
And so I'm going to just read a prayer, a reading about a broken heart by Rabbi Menachem Mendel of Kotzef. A broken heart means that we have truly loved. We have risked vulnerability to find true love. A broken heart means we have risked being hurt, risked being open and taken off our armor that we so often wear out in the world so it won't be hurt. When we are willing to swim in the ocean of love, we are willing to open to the divine herself. And so as we continue down our sheet with Return Again, I invite you to take your hand to your heart, to return to the beautiful, beautiful broken heart that we all hold together. And as we return to this heart that has been broken, we remember that we have loved greatly. Because if we can hurt and we can cry this much, then there is a deep sense of loss because we have loved. And as we return to the souls that we have lost, remembering that their souls are eternal, that they are present if we ask. And we return to ourselves. If you have lost someone and feel that you can't return back to yourself, that you can't get out of your grief, take a deep breath and feel your beating heart. A broken heart is a whole heart. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Return to who you are, return to what you are, return to where you are born and reborn again. Return again. Return again, return to the land of your soul. Return again, return again, return to the land of your soul.
So, I've done maybe 500 funerals officiated as a rabbi. And I think 500 times I've recited Psalm 23. And I think 500 times, many, if not most people, could recite it by heart. You don't have to know it by heart. It's on your handouts. The link is in the title of this experience. And you're welcome to recite it by heart. You're welcome to read it. You're welcome to reflect upon it. Psalm 23 is powerful, and I think it's endured for thousands of years, and it's transcended boundaries and borders of theisms. Especially Judaism and Christianity, because of this idea that Gam ki elech begetzal mavet lo irara ki ata imadi, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, for you are with me. It doesn't mean that we are fearless, absent of fear. It means that what's that saying? I feel the fear and we do it anyways. We feel the love and we continue to feel the love no matter how much it hurts. It's a gift that has been given to us. It's a big gift between us and our loved one, that it does not die, that cannot die. And to open yourself to that love, particularly after your loved one has died, is painful. It's heart-shattering. Ariella quoted Menachem Mendel of Kutsk, who said, "There's nothing more whole than a broken heart." And so we think about that, continuing the courage to open our heart, to share our heart, to be vulnerable, and to know that as we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, to know that as we walk through our grief and our loneliness, that we are not alone, that our loved one is with us, the angels are with us, and the divine, the source of love and life, God is with us. Gam ki elech is on your sheet, and then we'll chant Psalm 23, or we'll recite Psalm 23. Gam ki elech getzal mavelo lo irara. Gam ki elech getzal mavelo lo irara. Lo irara, ki ata imadi. Lo irara, ki ata imadi. Open our heart, we feel this sense of strength and security that comes from something beyond us, somewhere beyond us, someone beyond us. Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He restores my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and love will follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
So I have a reading by Elizabeth Tragash. When it is time for me to leave this world, don't think of me beneath the earth. Instead, think of me when the earth gives life to spring's first flowers, when summer rich rain fills the air with the sweet scent of earth and grass, leaf and tree. Remember me when the sky is painted gold and red, at day's beginning and at day's end. Think of me, remember me, and I will live on in you. When I leave this world, weep only for a while. Then think of me when the trees turn, when a gentle breeze brushes your cheek and tousles your hair, as I once did.
Think of me when the snow dances in the arms of winter's trees. Then wrap yourself in a soft, warm blanket and remember the times I wrapped my arms around you and kept the cold away. Remember the days we filled with love and laughter. Remember the days marred by sorrow and tears. Think of me, remember all the seasons we shared. I will live on in you. So we continue with Psalm 121, just a verse of hope and possibility, right? That love does not die, and our bodies are returned to the earth, but our love is ours, returns nowhere until we return to Olam Haba, to the world to come, to heaven, to be reunited with our loved ones. And until that time, we have this point of intersection and connection, love and hope. Esa Enai.
Esa Enai el Eharim, Me'ayin, Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. Esa Enai el Eharim, Me'ayin, Me'ayin Yavo Ezri. Ezri Me'im Adonai, Osei Shamayim Ba'aretz. Ezri Me'im Adonai, Osei Shamayim Ba'aretz. I lift my eyes to the mountain from where will my help come? I lift my eyes to the mountain from where my help comes. My help comes from God above, creator of all heaven and earth. My help comes from God above, creator of all heaven and earth. Yanai, nai, 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 yanai, yanai, nai, yanai, 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 yanai,
So Yizkor revolves around just a recitation of formal prayers, and there are formal prayers on your handouts, and you can download them in the subject matter on the side of your Facebook Live or on the website under events. But you can also just compose the words of your heart. But really the essence of this recitation is in the words of Elie Wiesel, who better to remind us of memory than a Holocaust survivor. And Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Memorial Day, is coming up in a couple weeks. He says, memory is the key word which combines past with present, past and future. For the survivor who chooses to testify, it is clear. His duty is to bear witness for the dead and for the living. He has no right to deprive future generations of a past that belongs to our collective memory. And I think of what we're about to do, whether you recite the words on the page quietly or to yourself or out loud, or if you find the words to share from your heart, is to bear witness. That's why we're here. That's what we do. There's no other reason for being alive than, I think Einstein said, to be together, to serve one another. That's why we choose to come into this world. Our soul makes a contract. We come here to honor that contract, to be with those whom we're with for as long as we're with them, and then when they die and their body is returned to the earth, to bear witness to their story. It's been said, and I've shared this 1,000 times, and I'll share it 1,000 more. A person dies two deaths, once when their body dies and once when their story dies. And there's nothing you can do about your loved one's body. It's not your fault. There's nothing any doctor could do. There's nothing any miracle drug could do. If they died, it's because we all die, and they had to go when they went. But there is something you can do, and I can do, and we can do, and that is to become a guardian of their story. You are the guardian of their story. That is why you're here, and that is what you are doing, and that is what you will continue to do. And so go inwards and find the words of what it takes to be a guardian of their story. Again, the words are on the page, or the words are in your heart. We're going to take a couple minutes to recite the appropriate recitations, or to sit and bear witness to our loved ones' lives. Keep meditating, keep praying, keep bearing witness. I'm going to read Yizkor for martyrs because I feel it's important. Those who died in the Holocaust, those who died in any atrocity, those who died in 9/11 running into buildings, those who died now in this coronavirus on the front lines, fighting healthcare professionals or whomever, fighting to save lives, but especially those who don't have somebody to bear witness to their life. And for me particularly, it's the Holocaust. And again, for you, it's whomever you want. But there's a prayer for martyrs on the handout on page 3. May God remember the souls of the holy and the pure ones who were killed or murdered, slaughtered, burned, drowned, strangled, died in sanctification of the name, because without making a vow I shall give to charity on their behalf. As a reward for this, may their souls be bound up in the bond of life, together with the souls of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, together with other righteous men and women, Jewish, righteous Gentiles, the Garden of Eden, until today. And we say Amen.
Amen.
I'll chant El Male Rachamim. It's a prayer for all of our loved ones. We'll recite names before the Kaddish, but this is a prayer for all of our loved ones, and I recite it on behalf of all of us, for all of them. Forgive me for not standing up. If I do, my head won't be in the shot, so God knows, understands. El Male Rachamim Shochen Bamromi עושה מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה במעלות קדושים וטהורים כזוהר רק ימזרים את נשמתם שהלכו לעולמם בגן עדן תהיה מנוחתם וכן אנא ברחמים סתיריה בסתר כנפיך לעולמים ביצוע החיים את נשמתם אדוני הוא נחלתם, וינוח בשלום המשכבה, ונאמר, Amen. O God, full of mercy, who dwells on high, grant proper rest on the wings of your divine presence, the lofty levels of heaven, of the holy and the pure ones, who shine like the glow of the firmament, for the soul of our loved ones who have gone from this world to the next world. May their resting place be in the Garden of Eden in heaven. Therefore, may the Master of Mercy, may you, God, shelter them in the shelter of your wings for eternity. May they be bound up in this bond of life with the other souls. God, you are their heritage. May they repose in peace in their resting place. And we say, Amen.
Amen.
Ariella will lead us in OZ. You want to say something about OZ? It's on page 4.
OZ is a chant, a song to, as we go through life, as we go through loss and grief and heartache, we can find solace in remembering that the divine, that God is here, that the hand of God is holding us and cradling us as we go through the pain of being human. Being human means that we will lose our loved ones, we will lose. But also being human is to remember that there is a divine hand holding our hand through our heartbreak and our joys, through our love and our loss. Ozi vezimrat ya vayahili lishua. 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 Ozi vezimrat ya vayahili lishua.
So we're going to be led in a kind of just an opening, a heart opening meditation, guided meditation to prepare ourselves to say Kaddish. We'll then have, I'll say a few words about Kaddish. We'll do the traditional Kaddish. We'll do the alternative Kaddish, and we'll explain more what Kaddish is. And then we'll conclude with a poem and a couple more songs.
So I invite you to close your eyes and get comfortable in your chair, in your seat, wherever you are, and begin taking a deep breath. As we close our eyes, we allow the physical to release, and we come into the breath, the holy bridge between our bodies and our souls, between the physical and the spiritual and the magical and the mystical beyond. So as you breathe in, imagine healing waves of energy, calming your body of any nervousness, anxiety, stress, and tension. And allow this breath to just travel from your head to your toes, dropping any armor in the front part of your body, releasing any armor in the back body, and opening to the divine itself with your heart open, receiving. And I invite you to take a journey with me along a beautiful path. Imagine the dirt between your feet. Feel the trees blowing in the wind, feeling the sun gently beating against your shoulders, listening to the animals around you, feeling this deep connection, perhaps a connection that you've never felt before, or perhaps a sacred connection that you can reach only when you're this open and calm. And as you continue walking, you notice a body of water, and you feel compelled to come towards the body of water. And as you come closer, you notice a beautiful, heavenly, magical bridge. This bridge lights up, and you feel this desire to walk across. And as you walk across to the other side, you notice this beautiful garden that wasn't present here on the other side in your eyesight. The trees and the flowers have special fragrance. You suddenly feel this beautiful hand of God reaching towards you, as if the divine angels and the Shekhinah herself wrapped her wings around you, holding you, loving you, telling you that you are safe. And as you feel the comfort and safety of the divine wrapped around you, holding you, you begin to notice your loved ones or one or more loved ones walking towards you. This is not magic. This is not made up. This is the presence of your divine soul connecting to the soul of the ones that you lost. Feel them walk towards you and sit next to you. Feel yourselves join hands, feeling the hand of God surround all of you. And just sit and be in the presence of the souls that you long to connect to. And if there's any feelings here, if there's any questions, any messages, or if there's just love here, feeling it all, feeling tears, feeling joy, touching their hands. Feel that divine soul connect to your divine soul. And take a moment and just be in this presence of your loved ones and listen. And listen as we continue with our service, our experience. Begin to open to your listening from a deeper place, from a divine connection, as we begin to recite the Kaddish. begin to really conjure up their souls, your loved ones, and your light.
So you still have time to type in your loved one's name if you want me to read their name. I'm going to just share a couple thoughts about Kaddish. Ariella did a beautiful job of bringing us from the memories to the present and being present to our loved ones. And I want to now take us forward because that's what Kaddish does. I wrote this thing called Creative Kaddish. You can download it. It's about taking this ancient prayer and creating your own. Doing the traditional one is great, but also really focusing on the themes of this Kaddish, because Kaddish is not a death prayer, even though we say it at death. It's a life prayer. And in Creative Kaddish, I help people write around light, love, life, and legacy, the four L's. And it's a very powerful stance, Kaddish. It's what I call a warrior's stance, because you have to be a warrior to get through grief. You don't walk through the valley of the shadow of death. You warrior through the valley of the shadow of death. And any of you who have been through grief or going through grief, you know what I'm talking about because you're warrioring through. It isn't just something that happens. You must will it with every ounce of your being. You must pick yourself up again and again and again from the valley of the shadow of death. And you must not just say these words, you must shout these words into the darkness. There's a teaching, a very powerful teaching, a book even written by about a man named Reb Yussel of Rockover. And he was one of the last holdouts in the Warsaw Ghetto in the early days of the Holocaust. And he watched Reb Yussel. Reb is a term of endearment like rabbi, but he wasn't a rabbi. He was a simple man. Reb Yussel watched his wife murdered, all of his children murdered, his friends murdered. He was holding out with the fighters in the Warsaw Ghetto, great warriors of spirit. And he was with a little boy, not his little boy, but a little boy. And the little boy looked up above the bunker and fell down with a bullet between his eyes. And Reb Yussel released on God and said, "You will not break me. You will not break me of my faith. There is nothing you can do, no amount of darkness that will end my feelings of faith and love and light and life and legacy." And that's the message he left behind. And that's the message that everybody who goes through grief and continues out the other side leaves behind. And that's what Kaddish is about. It's about reciting these words, more importantly, living these words. So whomever you're remembering, and no matter how dark it is, keep going. One day at a time, one foot in front of the other. And these words of Kaddish are there for you to keep you orienting yourself, not towards the dark, but towards the light and love and life and legacy. You'll feel free to join me. I'm going to share just a few names if you haven't shared them with me. Randy, I'm going to share your loved ones' names, Rhoda and Edward Feldman, Fanny and Samuel Goldstein. Thank you for sharing that. I'm going to share the names, Irene, you shared. These are tough names, Irene. I'll do my best. Ruvim and Tanya Novofostovsky, Riva Kurtoyansky, Rachel and Boris Novofatowski, forgive me. Barb, your loved ones, Faye and Bernie Giller, Bob and Esther Hirsch, Sandra McGee, who was also a warrior of spirit. I know that, Barb. Harriet, Russell, and Ray Sculfort. I have a few more names. I know Ariella has some names. My brother John shared with me. Louis Israel, Randy Hale, Martha and Milton Brenner, Merv Pregelman, George and Matilda Pregelman, Garrison and Goldie Siskin, Suellen Brenner, and Mary and Julius Israel. I'm going to share my beloved brother, Mark Ehrman, my dad, Shelley Perlman, my grandma, Florence Brody, my grandpa, Jack Brody, my grandparents, Harold and Babe Perlman.
And I'll share my grandfather, Steve Dock, my recent loss of my grandmother, Ann Dock, and my mom, Linda Dock Kaufman, and my stepfather, Rob Kaufman. And today is would be my mom's 73rd birthday. So I just hold her in light and in my heart.
And a few more. Thank you for sharing. Barb, I'm sharing Molly Levitch. Ed, I'll share Shalom from the Pocono Mountains. Got it. Thank you. Alice, Ann Payette, Kate, I'm sharing Mary and James Errett and Mo and Belle Cohen. Joan, I'll share Sophie and Milton Siegel, and Irene, you're welcome. God bless all of our loved ones. God bless you on your journey, and we invite you to share this Warrior of Spirit liturgy. It's found in your handout on page 4, or you might know it by heart. Yitgadal v'yitkadash me rabba, b'yama divrachu te v'yamlich malchute, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye decho beit Yisrael, b'agala v'zman karev v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevorach le'olam lamei amaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalash shmei dekudesha b'richu, Leila minko birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiram bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shmaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Amen. And the words for our alternative Kaddish are right beneath that, but very simple words.
Yikadav ve'yikadash Shemei Rabba Yehi Shemei Rabba mevorach Le'olam me'amaya Yikadav ve'yikadash Shemei Rabba Yehi Shemei Rabba mevorach Le'olam me'amaya. May the one within and above bless us with your love. May the source of infinite light guide us in our life. May the one within and above bless us with your love. May the source of infinite light guide us in our life. One word. Shalom, 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 shalom.
And also Lillian Jeffrey Butler, he sent him in after, but I want to share his name. Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel writes, "The authentic individual is neither an end nor a beginning, but a link between ages, both memory and expectation. Every moment is a new beginning within a continuum of history. It is facetious to segregate a moment and not to sense its involvement in both past and future. Humbly, the past defers to the future, but it refuses to be discarded. Only he or she who is an heir is qualified to be a pioneer. And so we do this work to remember those who came before us, both for them, but also for ourselves, so that we can become an heir and so that we can become a pioneer, an heir to what was and a pioneer to what will be. As Jews, we talk about generations. We don't talk about a generation. We say lador vador, from generation to generation. You are a link between generations. You are the guardian of your loved one's story. You are the link between generations. You showing up and remembering and engaging the act of memory is continuing the link, is that continuity. And so we remember those who came before us by reciting a beautiful prayer about remembering them. It's on your handouts, page 5, called We Remember Them. Feel free to join me. In the rising of the sun and its going down, we remember them. In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. In the opening of the buds and in the rebirth of spring, we remember them. In the blueness of the skies and in the warmth of summer, we remember them. In the rustling of the leaves and the beauty of autumn, we remember them. In the beginning of the year and when it ends, we remember them. When we are weary and in need of strength, we remember them. When we are lost and sick of heart, we remember them. When we have joys and special celebrations we yearn to share, we remember them. So long as we live, they too shall live, for they are part of us as we remember them. Oseh Shalom, a prayer for peace. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Uyaseh Shalom Aleinu, Be'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru, Imru, Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom, Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Amen. And with Eli, or love is all there is, should we say a few words about how we can work with people?
Sure, go ahead.
So before we end, it's very important that we share with you what we do because we want to be able to help you in any way we can. And Soul Centered was created for times like these, as Paul Harvey said. In times like these, there will always be times like these. So we knew there would be times like these, not coronavirus times like these, but difficult times like these. And so Soul Centered, as Ariella said at the beginning, is a center for loss, meaning, and healing. We are now exclusively virtual. We work with folks both through soul-centered experiences like this one and other soul-centered experiences upcoming. You can read about those on the website, mysoulcentered.org, right there. But we also work with clients one-on-one, guiding them through loss. That's my area of kind of expertise and passion, all kinds of loss, especially grief after the loss of a loved one, but not only. Meaning, working with folks on soul coaching, finding meaning through all of life's transitions, trials, traumas, tragedies. And then Ariella can talk more about what she does around healing, each of those and healing. And then we'll wrap it up. But I share that with you because I know what it's like to go through the valley of the shadow of darkness and death. I know what it takes to get through it. I've guided people through it. I've gone through it. And I am here to work with you one-on-one, virtually, to help guide you through that. And you can get through it. And it requires a couple things, not the least of which is meaning. You can get through anything if you can find meaning and purpose, and you have meaning and you had purpose. It's all around you and it's within you. And so if I can be of service to you to help guide you through whatever valley of shadow of death you are going through, I am here for you and it would be an honor.
So my portion of Soul Centered is through healing, and I am the creator of the Divine Body Wisdom Program. So I help people discover how to connect to their bodies and that wisdom inside of us so that we can heal emotionally, physically, and spiritually. We are born with these beautiful souls, but we are humans on earth, and our bodies take in everything that we are feeling every single day, all of our losses and our joys and everything in between. And so the way that I work is through guided visual healing visualizations that elicit emotional responses. In addition, I do exclusively online. We work together in a three-part series where we would do guided visualizations, energy healing, and intuitive guidance to really help you center your soul and clear the emotional debris that we acquire being humans on this earth so that you can have a clear path to your soul, so that you can live your truth and watch your relationships transform, not only with your loved ones, but the relationship with your body, with your soul, and the relationship with your loved ones beyond. I find the clearest path to feeling my loved ones is to release the emotions that are tying me up on the inside. Once I have created a clear path, both for my clients and myself, then soul and divine and intuition and our loved ones can come flooding through. And then we can go out there and live our lives with this magic inside of us. It's so beautiful when it happens. So, like Baruch said, we are here for you in what you are going through, in your loss, in your healing, and everything in between. And really, where we join in is through the soul and offering experiences online right now through the soul. But we are here privately. I am also creating, look in the next few weeks for a group on how to connect to your divine body wisdom, how to really discover what's in the magic inside of your body so that you can transform your life.
And so groups are our next phase. We're just kind of ramping up and adapting. So these soul-centered experiences, you're welcome, Bavakasha Kim. Our online offerings will continue to do these small groups. Ariella has her groups. I'm putting together a couple different groups. If you're interested, you can email me, rabbi@rabbi.com or rabbi@mysoulcenter.org. Either one gets to me. I'm going to be doing one for loss around suicide in particular. It's an area of passion to guide people through that. Doing it with Alliance of Hope. Go to Alliance of Hope if you've lost a loved one due to suicide. So I'll be working with them. I'm going to be doing a group on warrior grief, facing grief like I talked about before, kind of the spiritual warrior. I'm going to be doing a men's group called Warrior Jew. And these are all for everybody. You don't have to be Jewish. Obviously, that's my base, rabbi, and we built Soul Centered around Kabbalah, Jewish mystical values. Everything we do is open to anybody and everybody. Mm-hmm. And we're open to more suggestions for groups that would speak to you. So you have groups, you have individual experiences, and you have these group online collective experiences. And we hope you find your way to your soul-centered in any path that is meaningful to you. And so with that, we're going to wrap up. We're going to close with a very simple song, a very simple chant, and a reminder of what this last day of Passover, this Yizkor memorial service, all of the things we've been talking about is summed up. Love is all there is. Your loved one didn't die. Their body might not be here, but their love very much is. Einstein taught love is neither, or energy is neither created nor destroyed. It changes forms. Love might have manifested itself in holding their hand. Now it's them holding your heart and you holding their spirit. And together you continuing your journey, a new chapter in your life. Maybe not the one you want, but the one you have, and a beautiful one, because love is at the center and love is all there is.
Yai dai, yai dai 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 dai.
Feel free to join us.
Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai, yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dai. Love, love is all there is. Love is all there is. Love is all there is. Love,
Love
is all there is. Love is all there is. Love is all there is. Yai, 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 yai. Yai, 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 yai. Yai, 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 yai. Yai, 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 yai. Yai, yai. Yai, 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 yai. Yai, 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 yai. Yai, 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 yai.
I'll end with what the great Rabbi Israel Baal Shem Tov says: forgetfulness leads to exile. Memory is the source of redemption. May you continue to remember, and may your memories continue to be a source of your redemption. Shalom.
Namaste. We wish you a beautiful day. Don't forget to join us this Saturday and every Shabbat morning. We will be offering you the soul experience at 8 a.m. Mountain Time. So you do the math of when you are on. But we hope you join us in more song conversation between us and a teaching and just joining together in community.